One, please.
Oh, so you're into old classics.
Yeah, I like young ones, too.
I hope you're feeling better. And keep your hands away from the nurses.
Why?
He made me feel so secure. And I've never felt that way with anyone before. Until now.
Will never erect a statue to Benny Winslow or put his picture in the paper. But on 3rd Avenue, Benny was famous for his low prices and his sunny disposition.
Hey, Ben, how you doing?
Hey, Mike. What can I get for you?
A pack of smokes and 2 cents plain.
Velda told me you were going to quit smoking.
Well, don't report me. I'm working on it.
Yeah, you're working on it. Not too hard, I see. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Nothing personal, of course, but do you really want to quit?
Yeah, I do.
And do it soon. For your own good?
Okay, thanks, Benny. Forget the smokes. I'll just take the 2 cents plain. What's this going to do for me?
A little gas. Now get out of here.
See you later.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Post time yet, Benny?
Arthur, it should be.
After this
Who you
next
liking the
record,
feature,
we'll
huh?
have the results of the
The
first
number
race
one
at
horse.
Belmont.
She's got great legs.
I'm a chess man myself.
Why?
What are you going to have today, Arthur?
The usual salami and Swiss on dry.
Ready and waiting. Arthur, you're a creature of habit.
Will you put it on my tab?
I'm keeping very careful figures.
Look, I'll square with you just as soon as I find myself a job. Don't think it's easy for a man my age.
Of course not. Those young guys are afraid you'll show them up.
I would too. Believe it.
I believe it. I believe it. Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Pat, what happened?
Finished shooting, Mike. Benny didn't make it. The old man, Arthur Signer's still breathing, but just barely.
What do we got here, Captain?
Well, not much. Money's still in the cash register. No sign of a struggle. Whoever did it just walked in, started shooting.
Did you know the victim, Hammer?
Yeah, I knew him. He was a friend of mine.
Did he have any enemies?
At least one.
What about family, Mike?
Well, he talked about a daughter. I think she lived in Jersey.
Is there anything else you can tell us? All right, we'll take care of it.
Listen, let me know when the old man regains consciousness, will you?
If he does regain consciousness.
With no evidence, no motive, and nothing to go on, Benny Winslow's murder could fall through the cracks. I figured Benny deserved better than that.
Mm-hmm. Right. I've got it. Thank you. Mike will be there in a few minutes. Bye-bye.
Beware.
You've got a client.
Not today. Benny Winslow is my client.
Well, her name is Tina Winslow. She's Benny's daughter, and she's at this address.
Why didn't you say so?
Mike, she also said to tell you that... Thanks, Velda.
It was easy finding the address Velda gave me. I also found Rita Hayworth. One, please.
Oh, so you're into old classics.
Yeah, I like young ones, too.
When they had the earthquake in San Francisco back in 1906, they said that old Mother Nature was up to her old trick. That's the story that went around, but here's the real lowdown. Put the blame on Maine, boy. Put the blame on Maine. One night you started to shim and shake. That brought on the Frisco quake. So you
Did you hear about your father?
put the Yes, I did. on Maine,
He said if anything ever
boy.
happened to him,
Put the blame on Maine, boy. Put the blame on Maine.
You talk to the police.
not yet. I wanted to talk to you first.
Boy.
You know they're going to want to question you.
I don't know what I can tell them yet. I need some time to think.
Why?
That's the story that went around, but
So unless you're dying to see the end of this movie, let's get out of here.
That's them. That's the two men who were following me.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Name better dance all the kitschy crew. That's the thing that slew my groove. Put the blame on Maine, boys. Put the blame on Maine.
Hey, it's a lot safer to watch TV these days.
Tina wasn't ready to face the police, so I dropped her off at my office.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Remember me?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Sharon.
Janet.
Oh, Janet. Sorry.
Hi, Carol. Find anything, Mike?
Yeah, this guy right here, he's one of them.
You know something, Hammer? I don't understand why you didn't hold these men until the police arrived.
What can I tell you, Barrington? I put too much butter on my popcorn. I was feeling sick and I had to go.
You do know that leaving the scene of a crime is actionable under the law?
You know, you don't make any sense sometimes. I'm the guy that's under attack, and now you want to threaten me? You need a vacation, pal.
Yeah, well, speaking of vacations, one of these days you're going to win an all-expense-paid trip to the big house.
Yeah? Well, don't make any reservations.
Hey, Mike, I think I know this guy. Yeah, Marlin, Ray Marlin. Heavy muscle. Last I heard he was working for Leo Rattan.
Leo Rattan? You're kidding. I've been trying to put the squeeze on Rattan for the last 3 years. Wait, hold on. Rattan's big time. He's in the numbers, drugs, women. Chances are he wouldn't even know a guy like Benny Winslow existed.
Maybe Benny used to work for him.
Maybe. Hard to believe. But I'll check it out. I'll welcome any excuse to nail Rattan.
And Mike, what did Marlin and his pal want with you anyway?
I'm not sure. My guess is they were after Benny's daughter, Tina.
Oh, you know where Tina is? You better bring her in, Mike.
Pat, I need a favor. She's in no shape to talk to the cops right now. Give me 24 hours.
24 hours, Mike.
Leo Rattan had been indicted for everything from A to Z, including M for murder. Indicted, but never convicted. Witnesses disappeared, lost their memory, or just dried up and died. When you talk to a guy like that, you've got to speak in a language he understands.
Hi, sweetheart. Leo Rattan in?
He is, but he's not taking any more calls.
Good. Hello, Leo. Relax, pal. You two bozos, sit in his lap and tell him a few nursery rhymes.
What's your problem, Hammer?
You're my problem, Leo. You have been for years.
Oh, I'm flattered. What are you doing here?
Benny Winslow. You remember Benny Winslow?
Yeah, didn't he play piano for Tommy Dorsey back in the 40s?
No, that was Joey Bushkin, Yo-Yo.
I thought he played with Jimmy Dorsey.
Shut up!
Ray Marlin. Does that name ring a bell?
Yeah, Ray Marlin. He worked here for a short time.
Yeah, until when? About an hour ago?
Oh, I think it's been 2 months or so. I had to let him go.
Why?
Well, he was just too intense. People like that make me nervous.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to make you very nervous, pal. Because if anything happens to Tina Winslow, you're going to have two navels, and one of them's going to be right between your eyes. You guys look ridiculous.
Get up!
I checked in at the hospital to see how Arthur Signer was doing. They wouldn't let me see him. The old man was still unconscious, but he was hanging in there.
Dr. Williams to psychiatric. Dr. Williams to psychiatric, please.
By the time I got back to the office, it was after dark. How's she doing?
She's sleeping. She was pretty upset earlier, but we talked, and I think she's okay now. I helped her make the funeral arrangements.
Terrific.
And Mike, if she needs a place to stay, I'll be up late.
Thanks, Mel.
Good night.
Night.
Tina?
Mike, hi.
How you doing?
Hanging in.
You like talking?
I guess so.
You ever heard the name Leo Rattan?
Yeah. I read his name in the newspaper.
What about a Ray Marlin?
No, that's not familiar.
He's one of the two guys that was after us in the movie theater. He worked for Leo Rattan. Turns out he's a big-time hitman. Any idea why he might be after you?
I wish I knew.
Talk to me about Benny.
Well, what can I tell you? I wasn't with my father a whole lot. He sent me away to school, and since then I've only seen him a few times a year. During Christmas, at Easter, a couple weeks during the summer. He would always come to meet me because he didn't want me here in the city. Not even a few days.
Why not?
He didn't want me to grow up on these streets. When I was 10, my mother was killed during a holdup. And now my father's killed. For no reason at all.
Look, are you sure you want to talk about this?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right. You say your father didn't want you to come into the city. Now, is there any chance that he could have been involved in something that he didn't want you to know about?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, something illegal.
What kind of question is that?
Look, Tina, your father told you that if anything happened to him, you were supposed to come to me. Now, why? Why not the police?
I don't know. Maybe he trusted you. Maybe he thought you might help me. Maybe he misjudged you.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm just looking for a reason why this whole thing happened, and I don't know where to start. I've got to look everywhere, even in dark corners.
Look, all I want is for someone to find the man who killed my father. I was hoping it would be you.
Okay. I want you to come with me. I know somebody who might be able to help us.
Sure, I knew Benny. He will be missed.
Do you know Leo Rattan?
Doesn't everybody?
Okay. Can you tell me why a guy like Leo Rattan would want to kill Benny Winslow?
Leo Rattan doesn't really need a reason to waste a man, but if he did it, he sure picked a bad time for it.
Is there a good time?
Listen, the law is watching Rattan like a hawk. He's under indictment for tax evasion, racketeering, a whole lot of little legal transgressions.
I need to know if there's a connection between Rattan and Benny Winslow. Can you help me out?
I'll try. But you know, it can be very dangerous to ask about rattan in the wrong places.
So ask in the right places.
Asking in the right places.
You need another drink, Mike?
No, thanks, Jim.
It's sad to think a man has to die to find out who his friends are.
Yeah, it is. Well, here's to Benny.
To Benny.
Mike, oh, don't leave me.
It's okay, I'm right here.
Here on A&E.
Dr. Carter, outside call on 27.
Excuse me,
You want me to do what? You mean right here? Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Andrews to emergency immediately. Dr. Andrews to emergency.
Mr. Signer? I'm Mike Hammer.
Oh, yeah, I remember you. You're a friend of Benny's. He talks about you a lot. He's dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
I owe him money. How will I pay him now?
You could help me find his killer. You remember anything about what he looked like?
I don't know. It's just a guy.
Big guy? Dark hair? Heavy set?
I couldn't see his hair. He was wearing one of them masks, you know.
Yeah, did it cover his whole head?
Yeah. He was a skinny little fellow. I remember thinking the gun he was carrying was too big for such a little guy.
Did you hear his voice? Did he say anything?
No, he didn't say anything. Just walked up to Benny and shot him. And he turned and shot me. Does Tina know yet?
Yeah,
If you talk to her, would you please give her my condolences?
Sure I will. Listen, thanks. I hope you're feeling better. And keep your hands away from the nurses.
Why?
Reception. Nurse Christopher to reception.
Hammer! All right, this time you've gone that one step too far.
That's what you told me the last time.
What have you done with the officer that was supposed to be guarding the door?
I think he had a date.
Will you do me a favor, please, and stay out of this case?
Sorry, I don't play requests.
All right, that's it. If he's not out of here in 17 seconds, arrest him.
Yes, sir.
I'll put you so far under the jail I'll have to pipe in daylight.
Dr. Hart to ICU.
He really does need a vacation.
Mike, something's going on, something real big.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, there's been a lot of heavy traffic in and out of Barrington's office. A few of the guys I recognize from the Justice Department.
Feds? You're kidding. Come on, Pat. He was a sweet old guy who ran a candy store on 43rd Street. What's going on?
Well, I don't know, but it's high-level stuff. I'll see what I can find out. Mike, Barrington is pressuring me to bring in the girl, please.
Okay, I got at least 17 seconds.
Code blue to room 154.
It wasn't easy taking Tina back to her father's store, but we both felt it might help to start at the beginning. By the way, I stopped by the hospital to see Arthur Signer. He asked about you. He wanted you to know how sorry he is about your dad.
How is Arthur?
Oh, he's doing a lot better. He's pretty badly shot up, but he's a tough old guy. I think he's going to be okay.
I'll have to visit him first chance I get. He's like one of the family.
What do you got there?
Can I keep this?
Sure, who's gonna know? It's a nice picture.
What are these?
Your dad's tax returns for the past few years. I want a friend of mine to look them over. Okay, I think that's about it. Let's get out of here.
According to the books in his tax returns, Benny Winslow turned a small profit every year, just enough to live on.
And to put me through school.
How's Arthur doing?
I didn't get to talk to him. He was sleeping. I'll call him again later.
What I can't figure out is why would a guy with so little income hire such a high-priced, high-powered accountant like O'Malley?
O'Malley?
Yeah, see, this tax return prepared by Kenneth O'Malley, CPA.
He did all of my dad's taxes.
How do you know him?
Oh, Mike, wake up. This guy O'Malley's name is right up there with Rockefeller, Astor, J. Paul Getty. You know, the kind of guy that does magic with money.
Did your dad have any investments?
As far as I know, not that big.
Oh, no kidding.
What about debts?
No, but a couple of guys owed him money.
Yeah? How much?
$86.36.
What are you getting at, Mike?
I don't know. I think somebody may have been blackmailing him.
For what? My father never did anything wrong in his whole life.
Maybe not. I'm just looking for some connection between him and Leo Rattan.
Leo Rattan? Why didn't you say so in the first place? Mr. O'Malley handles the accounts of a number of underworld figures, including Mr. Leo Rattan.
Kenneth O'Malley was clearly the man to talk to. Tina was also eager to hear what he had to say about her father and Leo Rattan.
Excuse me.
How can I help you?
We'd like to see Mr. O'Malley.
He's not in at the moment.
When do you expect him?
I don't.
You mean he's going to be out all day?
He'll be out all month. He probably won't be in next month, but you can wait if you want.
Where can we find Mr. O'Malley?
Why don't you go to Cleveland?
Is that where he is?
No, it's just a suggestion.
Let's cut through all this airy persiflage, darling, and get down to the nitty-gritty. Just where is Kenneth O'Malley?
I don't know where he is. No one seems to know where he is. He's just out indefinitely.
Thanks anyway.
Any time. Next time, leave the Boston Strangler at home.
What are you laughing at?
What does airy persiflage mean?
Well, airy comes from the Greek word airflax, and persiflage comes from persiflage.
Say goodbye, Hammer. Let's go, Miss Winslow.
Run, Tina, run!
What I wanted the most was the man who killed Benny Winslow, and I didn't have him. What I wanted the least was the federal cops getting in my way, and that I had.
I gave it 24 hours. Why did you bring Tina Winslow in?
Because I don't know where she is myself now. Why don't you ask Superfed? I'm gone.
Wait a minute. Where'd you get that idea?
Because I am the last person that Barrington wants to talk to. Look, he'll have me out of here in 5 minutes.
Please, Mike, he wants to lock you up. Barrington will throw away the key.
When I get through with you, Mr. Hammer, you won't even be a private investigator.
Yeah? You're in enough trouble as it is, pal. You better just keep out of this.
Interfering with a federal agent in the performance of his duty, assaulting an officer, assaulting a federal agent.
I'll tell you what. You better add murder 1 to that list.
Resisting arrest.
Look, why don't you be of some help to us and tell us what you can about Kenneth O'Malley?
You're in way over your head, Hammer.
Give me a couple of moments alone with this guy, will you, Pat?
Sure. Hey, who's Kenneth O'Malley?
The only connection between Leo Rattan and Benny Winslow.
Hello, boys.
Shut up, Hammer.
I've been going over the charges against this
Sit
man.
down, I want to talk to you. At what point during your encounter with Hammer did you inform him that you were a federal officer?
Almost immediately.
Would you say that in a sworn deposition, under penalty of perjury?
Well, there might have been a brief interval.
I have the statements of your 2 associates who both agree that Hammer was not shown a badge or any identification until the end of the altercation, and that upon seeing a badge, he immediately ceased to struggle and submitted to arrest.
Well, I can't remember everything. It all happened so fast.
Who do you think you are, the Gestapo? You know, strange as it may seem, New York is still a part of the United States. And if you ever try anything like that again in this city, I'll prosecute you for violation of civil rights. Now, you take those 2 stormtroopers and get the hell out of here. I want that girl.
You'll have her as soon as I find her.
Well, then you better find her.
Mike, how did you know he's going to cut you loose?
Very simple, Pat. Barrington loves the law almost as much as he loves me. Find out what you can about Kenneth O'Malley. Tina wasn't at the office. She wasn't at the Light and Easy. No one was home at Velda's. Tina had just disappeared.
Mike,
Tina, where were you? Where did you go?
I was wandering all over. I didn't know where to go. Those men.
Yeah, they're federal agents. You know, the police are looking for you.
I thought about going to the police. I thought about going to your office. Nowhere seemed safe, so I came here. Mike, I'm so scared.
It's okay. Yeah. Come on inside.
You like a drink?
No, thanks.
How about a cup of coffee? Damn it. I ruin more records like this. Music bother you?
Why are they after me? Doesn't make sense.
A lot of things don't make any sense. Like how your father could be mixed up with a guy like Leo Rattan.
Do you really think he was?
So far, their only connection is Kenneth O'Malley. Got any idea where I might find him?
All I know is that he was a friend of my father's during the war and that he did his taxes. I never even met him.
Did your father ever have any problem with his taxes?
If he did, he never told me about it.
What about gambling? I know he used to play the ponies a little bit.
Doesn't everybody? Don't you?
Well, once in a while. Tina, I knew Benny for a lot of years, but the only things we ever really talked about were the odds and the weather. You're his daughter. There must be something you can tell me about him. About what he was really like.
He was the dearest man in my life. I remember kind words, tobacco smells, free candy from my friends, a kite we used to fly together before my mother died. Once he bought me this dress for a dance, and my date didn't show up. So he closed the shop early and drove all the way to school just so that I could wear my dress and have somebody to dance with. He made me feel so secure. And I've never felt that way with anyone before. Until now.
fella. You can't go in.
Hello? Yeah. When? Okay, I'll be right down.
Yeah, I'm bringing Tina with me.
Arthur Signer's been murdered.
Oh, no.
Get dressed. We're going down to the police station.
Come on, Miss Winslow. Who would want to kill your father?
I told you, I can't think of any reason.
And who'd want to kill Arthur Signer?
I don't know. I told you before, I don't know.
Come on, Barrington. She's not a hostile witness. Will you quit badgering her?
I want some answers.
She's already told you she doesn't know.
Butt out! This doesn't concern you. Thank you for delivering the girl, and goodbye.
Where am I going?
Any place but here. Captain Chambers escort him out.
What about me?
As of now, you're in protective custody. After you answer a few questions, 2 federal officers will come and take you to a safe place.
Mike?
Don't worry, Tina. Barrington, how do I reach the lady?
You don't.
I'll be in touch.
Well, I'll tell you something. He is not doing anything to help the situation. We're up against it.
Oh, Mike, thing's been out of order for a month.
Oh.
Okay, you can reach Tina Winslow at this number.
Thanks, Pat. I owe you a 6-pack.
Now, they briefed me on her this morning. I'm really not supposed to tell you anything about it.
What do I have to do to talk you into it?
Well, looks like you just did, pal.
So?
It all started back in World War II, when Benny Winslow and Kenneth O'Malley served in the Army together.
Yeah?
Since then, O'Malley's been doing Benny's tax returns as a favor to an old friend for no pay.
Really?
Get this, Mike. He also does Leo Rattan's tax return for big bucks.
Forget the 6-pack. I owe you a case.
Sounds good to me, pal.
You give a little, you take a little. But Leo Rattan had been taking too much, and the Internal Revenue Service caught it. Kenneth O'Malley was their star witness. In fact, he was their only witness. And they had him tucked away in a nice, safe, out-of-the-way place until Rattan's trial. Hello, sweetheart. Is Leo in? Sorry to bother you, Leo, but I happen to know that you killed Benny Winslow.
Who is this Benny Winslow?
I'll tell you why you killed him. To put the fear of God into Kenneth O'Malley. To scare him away so he wouldn't testify against you at your trial.
No, I ain't killed nobody.
How would you like to wear this arm, huh? At the elbow? Or the shoulder?
Okay, I'll tell you. It was O'Malley that got Winslow.
O'Malley? Why would he do that?
Benny got burned on some big money gambling deals. O'Malley covered him with 2 sets of books. When Benny didn't pay off, O'Malley had him hit.
Where is O'Malley now?
Oh, I wish I knew. You gotta believe me. I swear on my mother's grave.
You never had a mother.
Hey, Ozzy.
Oh, Moochie's been looking for you.
Listen, have you still got that friend working in the phone company?
You mean Frida?
Yeah. I want you to get an address for that phone number.
Oh, sure thing.
Hey, Mooch.
Hey, Michael, how you doing? This is Anita. She's a travel agent.
Hello.
Hello. Good news travels fast.
Tell Michael what you told me, Anita.
Leo Rattan has just booked a flight to Paris. One way, leaving Kennedy in 3 weeks.
Think he's gonna jump bail?
No way. His trial is in 4 days. He thinks he's going to beat the rap because he's going to finger Kenneth O'Malley as the guy who killed Benny Winslow. I don't buy it.
You know, you're right. I just heard that the feds are holding O'Malley in a nice, safe place. He's just waiting to testify. It's on ice.
Somehow I think the ice is getting thinner.
Fine. Here's the address you wanted. Here's the number.
Oh, great. Thanks, Oz.
Don't thank me. Thank Rita.
Mike? Telephone, it's Pat.
Yeah. Where? I'm on my way.
What's up?
Bad news, Mike.
About who?
Tina Winslow.
She's in the car, Hammer, along with two very fine officers. I'm sorry about your friend. Well, that's it. We got no leads, nothing. The case is shot. It's over.
Not for me, it isn't.
Here on A&E.
Tina came to me for help and I failed her. That hurt. It really hurt. The only help I could give her now is to make the final arrangements and find her father's killer.
Hi, Mike. Sorry to keep you waiting. I got a lot of customers tonight, you know.
Did you make a positive ID on the body?
Sure could. 3 or 4 different ways.
Even with the body burned as badly as that?
Mike, forensic medicine has come a long way. What we're able to do is lift the skin and take the fingerprint from the inside, so to speak.
So you're sure it's Tina Winslow?
Absolutely. Tina Winslow, no doubt about it. Everything checks out. Previous illnesses, congenital defects, dental charts, fingerprints, and the toxic screens of her gastric juices. I can even tell you what she had for lunch. She had corned beef on a Kaiser roll. No mustard.
Well, I've made all the funeral arrangements. There's the release for the body.
Mike, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you knew the victim.
Yeah, I knew her.
Well, off the record, here's a copy of the preliminary report if you want it.
Thanks.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Mike, I've got to finish up the report on the 2 officers that were with her.
Sure.
The address Ozzie gave me was in a part of town that was very high class, back when Lindbergh flew the Atlantic. I was sure this was Kenneth O'Malley's safe house, his hiding place. But why weren't there government agents outside guarding it? One thing was certain. Somebody was home.
pistol on the floor. And stand up slowly. Hello, Mike. You don't look surprised to see me.
I'm not. We had lunch together, remember? I had hamburger, you had salmon. Tina Winslow had corned beef on a Kaiser roll, and she held the mustard.
Impressive. I always knew you were a good detective.
You're pretty good yourself. You assumed the identity of Tina Winslow so you could get to Kenneth O'Malley. But you had to kill Benny and Arthur first because they knew who the real Tina was. With them out of the way, you could use me to get to O'Malley. But you had to kill the real Tina Winslow and the two feds in the car.
Leah Rattan put out $1 million contract on O'Malley. $1 million, Mike.
Well, you earned it. You gave a very convincing performance. The phony attempts on your life. The movie theater. My apartment. The little picture at Benny's store. That was a nice touch.
And you ate it up?
Yeah, I did. Tell me something. Did you manage to get to O'Malley?
I was just about to before I was so rudely interrupted. Goodbye, Mike.
Just one thing. What's your real name?
Monica.
Monica. Pretty name. Mr. O'Malley, I presume.
Can't wait for Rattan's trial. One look at O'Malley will fade like a filly in the stretch.
Yeah, I got a few things to say myself to help put Leo away.
Emma, with your testimony, we can tie him into the deaths of Benny and Tina Winslow, Arthur Siegner, 2 officers, the attempt on O'Malley. I figure Rattan should be let out in about 120 years. That's with time off for good behavior.
I can almost live with that.
And Emma, we couldn't have done this without you. I just want to say, never mind.
Mike, that girl, what was her name?
She didn't have a name.
I couldn't help thinking what some people would do to get a lousy $1 million. But at that moment, I would have given $1 million for a 2-cent plane made by Benny Winslow.
Hey, Bob Vila's at it again in the world premiere special presentation of Bob Vila's Guide to Historic Homes of America, Sunday at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific. And now, what could ever come between Laura and Remington? Try a millionaire next on A&E.